So the first one is a question around physical wellness. And so you're not required to answer this now. And that's just because you're not here to do a lot of thinking, right? We want you to be here to experience and to take care of yourselves and for us to take care of each other. And so I actually am going to be providing a PDF where you're going to get to take these questions home and think about them, as well as some of the points I've already talked about, the definitions, and some tips that you're going to be able to have as well that you can apply for yourselves. So with the main points of this one, physical wellness, it's really about how you take care of your body. It's about physical activity. It's about nutritious food. It's about what you put into your body. And absolutely important, prioritizing getting enough sleep. So how many of us here just don't do that? Probably a lot. So that's super important. So on to the next slide. So the next one is occupational wellness. So that is really about how work enriches your life, right? That might even seem like a revolutionary idea for some people. It's about purpose and meaning in work. It's about genuine connections with people at work. Gallup did a survey, and they actually said that if you have friends at work, especially if you have a best friend at work, right, that makes all the difference. It makes it a great place to go to and to be. Another point of occupational wellness is having challenging work that stimulates growth, right? Nobody wants to stay in well, at least most people I know, don't want to stay in a job where they're bored. Even if they can do it well, if they're bored, it's like, nothing interesting here. So that's important. And then another part of occupational wellness is having work that nurtures other aspects of your life. So in other words, a lot of times we see work as being in conflict with the rest of life. But how can we, in fostering our occupational wellness, how can we see it as nurturing the rest of what we have going on in our lives? So spiritual wellness is the next one. Next slide. So with spiritual wellness, it's about how you authentically and meaningfully connect to yourself, to other people, and something even greater. And so some aspects of this that I think are important points are mindfulness, right? Being able to be in the present, in the moment, and enjoying things as they occur. And the next one would be clarity. Clarity. And so I'd say clarity of values, but not just any values, your non-negotiable values, the core values. Actually, back it up one more slide. We're still on spiritual, sorry. Clarity of values is really, really important because the values are what ground us. It helps us know who we are and what's really important to us. And then the last point for spiritual wellness, the last 2 points, sorry, is having awe, a sense of wonder, right? Of just looking at how awesome things are out in the world and just being amazed by things can really provide that spiritual sense. And then the last part of spiritual wellness is life purpose and meaning, right? Really finding yourself and knowing what is your purpose, what is the meaning of life. So now we can go to the last slide, the environmental wellness. Okay, thank you. So environmental wellness, as I said, it's about how the spaces that you occupy can better support your well-being and safety. And so with that, the points are designing and finding spaces that please your senses. And another is engaging in outdoor activities. So I think most of us probably like going outdoors, right? I see some virtual backgrounds with outdoor pictures, so and plants. So I think a lot of us enjoy that. And then the last part of environmental wellness, another main point is respecting nature. So having respect for nature and green living practices can go a long way towards respecting nature, because we really need to preserve, this planet that we live on. And part of that is respecting, what it does for us and how it sustains us. And so environmental wellness can be thought of as your personal space, like your workspace, your office, your home, or it could be thought of, more broadly, like your community, your neighborhood, or even the world. So that is it for the overview. And I think we're on to the next.
Right, so I believe
gotten a PDF in the chat, right?
Yep, the PDF is
Okay.
in the chat. So if anyone wants to download that, you have some resources that Jacqueline put together for everyone. And let's go ahead and spotlight Linda Lee, who's going to bring us through the physical wellness experience.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. And my name is Linda Lee. Sorry, I've had a really long day, as most of you might have had, working through this virtual world and adjusting to all this madness of back-to-back meetings. So I'm with you on that. I'm here to guide you through a 15-minute yoga practice. And I know that a lot of people, when they think about yoga, they're thinking, oh my gosh, I have to be so flexible and have to be a certain level of fitness. But I hope that today's practice can help dispel that for you. And in today's practice, I will be actually teaching you chair yoga. And if you're not familiar with chair yoga is a term used for practices where yoga practices and poses are modified. So you can do them while you're seated. I believe this is a great practice. I do this all the time. Joe and I work together. So when my camera's off, I'm definitely doing these poses. But basically, this practice is great if you want to do yoga with a little extra support, or if you want to just sneak in some stretches in between work. Are we ready to begin? I'll take that as a yes. Most cameras are off. I see a nod, Karen. Thank you. I'd like to invite all of you to begin turning off your cameras so you don't have to be worried about what you look like. I'll keep my camera on so you can follow along with me. And as you get adjusted here, I'd like to invite you to begin to sit comfortably in your seat, perhaps adjusting yourself so that your feet are grounded onto the earth beneath you. Begin to blink your eyes closed, allowing yourself to tune out the outer world and begin tuning into the inner world. Taking a moment of pause here. And just begin to notice how you are right now, in this moment, in this space, in this time. Simply observe without judgment. Begin tuning into your breath, noticing if you're breathing shallowly or deeply. And then I'd like to invite you to visualize your spine seated nice and tall, from the base of your spine all the way up to the crown of your head, reaching up. And as you're ready, I'd like to invite you to begin to take a deep inhale in through your nose, following that breath all the way down to your lower belly. And then exhale, following that breath up and out, past your ribs, past your heart, and out your mouth. Inhaling in through your nose, following that breath once again, all the way down to your lower belly. Feeling yourself expand in all directions. Exhale, releasing out your mouth. Inhaling in once again. exhale, releasing any tension, any busyness, any stuck feelings you may have from the day. Final round, taking a deep breath in, taking in what may serve you. Perhaps love, energy, whatever comes to mind that you need tonight. Exhale, releasing any last bit of tension that may be sitting with you. Once again, returning back to your regular breathing, tuning into yourself, just noticing how you are once again. And when you're ready, begin to blink your eyes open. And the first thing we'll be going into is a seated cat-cow. So let me move myself back so you can see myself fully. And it must be so strange because you usually don't see people's lower bodies. Let me move this forward just a bit. So come to the edge of your seat, placing your hands onto your thighs. Inhale, begin to slide your hands back towards your body, sending your heart forward, taking a deep inhale. Exhale, begin to slide your hands forward, tucking your chin, rounding your back, gazing into your belly button perhaps. Inhaling, chest forward, sliding your hands back. Exhale, sliding your hands forward, chin, tucking your chin, gazing into your belly. Taking a moment here and just pausing and feeling into this. And then inhale, sliding your hands back, heart forward. Exhale, round. 2 more rounds like this. Inhaling, sending your heart forward. Exhale, reaching forward. Inhale once more. Exhale and round. Finding yourself sliding back up to a tall seated position. And just begin to close your eyes here. Just pause. Feeling any sort of shift you may notice in your energy from when you began to where you are now. And in our next exercise, we will be doing a bit of neck stretching. So if you have any neck injuries, I invite you to simply just begin to turn your chin left and right. And just perhaps either keep your eyes open or close them. And just rock your chin right and left. And perhaps that is plenty for you, and that is perfectly okay. Find just right for you. And for those of you who feel okay in your neck tonight, begin to bring your chin down to your chest. Inhale, begin to bring your left ear to your left shoulder, rolling your head back. And then exhale your right ear to your right shoulder, bringing your chin back to starting. Doing that a couple of times now. Inhaling, rocking your head left. And then exhale as your head begins to roll over to the right and returning back to center. One more time this way. And then coming back to center. And then let's reverse this. This time we're going to inhale as we bring our right ear to our right shoulder, rocking our head back. And then exhale, bringing the left shoulder and ear together, and then returning to the beginning. 2 more rounds here. Inhale, rocking over to the right and back. Exhale, bring your left ear to left shoulder and returning back to center. Final round. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back to stillness here. Begin to gaze back up. And as you're ready, begin to reach your arms up as you inhale. And then exhale, begin to forward fold in your chair. Just let your head hang over your legs, let your head hang down. And this allows you to still go into an inversion, just like the fancy inversions you might see in magazines or wherever you may see yoga poses and they're doing headstands and all the fun things. This still allows you to experience that as your blood begins to rush to your brain, bringing a bit of refreshing energy. And then in your next inhale, slowly rocking back up, reaching your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands through center, forward fold. Inhaling up. Exhaling, fold. Inhaling, rising back up. And exhale, fold. Once again, you can pause here, just feeling any stretches you may be feeling, letting your head dangle and relax. Maybe shaking your head no, maybe shaking your head yes. Saying yes to new explorations, it's yoga and the practice. And then as you're ready, coming back to stillness, inhaling your arms back up. Exhale, hands to heart. Next, we're going to pick up our energy a bit. I know that there's some practices where it can help you begin to wind down as you may be feeling right now, but there's still more to the agenda tonight, so I can't quite put you to sleep just yet. So what we're gonna do next is go ahead and extend your arms out like cactus arms. And then we're gonna go ahead and twist to the right. Inhale, exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, and you're just gonna keep dynamically moving at your own pace. Inhaling to one side, exhaling to the other. Feeling this twist along the way. Perhaps you're starting to get a bit warm like I am. And just keep doing this, almost like you're like a washing machine, maybe washing away any energy that doesn't serve you tonight. Keep going like this a few more rounds. And then as you're ready, coming back to a moment of pause, bring your hands to heart, and then maybe back down onto your lap, begin to close your eyes. Once again, just tuning in how you're feeling right now in this movement, with this movement, in this moment. Tuning back into your breath, bringing awareness into your breath. Begin to blink your eyes open as you're ready. Next, we're just going to do a simple one where you're just going to shrug your shoulders up and then relax them down. And once again, we're going to finish off with some dynamic movement, reaching your shoulders up and down, shrugging once again any energy, shrugging away all your responsibilities. All you have to do is just be present and have fun. Going a couple more rounds. And can you imagine doing this while you're in a conference meeting and your cameras are on? And then once you're ready, coming to a moment of pause. And then we're gonna just finish with our arms reached out this way as you're pushing a wall out in opposite directions. And you're gonna inhale, reach up, exhale, hands down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And as you exhale, notice my hands are flexing. Try that on and see how that feels. Oftentimes, it's good to also do some wrist stretches because we're constantly on our computers, perhaps. So inhale, reach up, exhale, release. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Go a few more rounds. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to stillness, Begin to close your eyes once again, tuning into yourself, feeling the earth beneath you, perhaps underneath your feet, feeling all the touch points. Perhaps feeling your heart beating a little bit faster, feeling this sense of aliveness. Begin to tune back into your breath. And once you're ready, begin to blink your eyes open. I'd like to welcome you back into the room. And I'd love to hear your feedback on how that felt.
I love the cat cow in the chair. I've never done that before. It's fabulous.
Great, I'm glad. Definitely something quick and easy that you can do.
I think the whole process was really amazing. Even after the first activity, I could just feel myself starting to de-stress a little bit. And right now, my shoulders don't feel stressed out at all. Like I didn't realize I was carrying tension, but it's all gone. So it was really amazing, and how quickly we could do that.
That's awesome. Thank you, Sherry.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm warmed up right now, and that was unexpected for me. It was lovely. Thank you. And I liked cactus arms.
Yes.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
I'm in Arizona. That's what we say, cactus arms. But it's really like this, a little uneven.
Everybody's cactus looks a little bit different. It's
right.
Okay. I love the relaxing ones and the energizing ones, because I feel like those are, I could turn my camera off real quick and do those if I'm having Zoom fatigue. So I appreciate having something that I can do in between if it's a longer Zoom than I'd like. So thank you very much.
You're so welcome. Anyone else? I'd love to hear from you.
Put my comments in the chat box, but oddly, I feel invigorated and relaxed at the same time. I don't know how those two things can coexist. And the inversion was great for me. I don't know why, it just felt like just the loosening in a way was great.
That's awesome. Thank you. And I love that particular one because it just allows you to kind of relax your back entirely, especially your lower back as you sit for long periods of time.
Yeah.
And maybe Dr. Jackie has more input and science into how people are feeling.
Well, I think that those were great exercises, especially since you could do them sitting down, right? A lot of us are spending too much time sitting down. And, I thought it was interesting to learn about some different ways of doing yoga, because I've done yoga before, but I'm actually much more of a Pilates person. I prefer that instead. But I think that there are still great exercises that you can do. Like I said, like I heard other people say, you can turn the camera off and do it, right? It can be done very short periods of time. It can be, any time that you're feeling like, hey, I've been sitting here too long. I need to move even if I can't get up, right? So it was really a great experience. And yes, same thing, relaxing and invigorating at the same time.
Awesome. And I see Jonathan saying different people may have liked different chair yoga moves. I found standing up for a couple of them helped. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's all about just finding what's best for you and making it make sense for you.
Cactus move.
And that's it on my end. Joey?
Thanks very much, Linda. And so to show our appreciation, why doesn't everyone, if you want to turn your cameras on, you can, and rub your hands together Rub your hands together, and on the count of 3, we're going to push positive energy over to Linda to thank her for this yoga experience of physical wellness. 1, 2, 3.
Receiving. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. And now let's bring Sherry up. Sherry Betts to share about occupational wellness. So Sherry.
Yay, Sherry.
All right, thank you, thank you. So like the session with Linda, we wanted this to be something that you could take away and use again if you're not in this room. And so this next exercise is for occupational wellness, and it's intended to help you to improve that aspect or that dimension of self-care. And it involves, as Jacqueline mentioned earlier, the developing your personal satisfaction and enrichment from work. So this exercise is the word of the year exercise, which helps you to develop your intention or focus for the year. I was wondering if anyone has already done their word of the year. Maybe you could share your Zoom hand or your real hand. Anybody done their word of the year?
Looks like the other Sherry has a hand up. The other Sherry's got, yeah.
Good. Okay, a few of you have. All right. So, so this is going to be hopefully a confirmation for those of you who have already done it. That could be, or it could be your personal word of the year, and this is your professional word of the year. And or you might decide to combine them or choose one or the other. So for this exercise, we're going to use an actual wheel, and you'll get a chance to actually have the wheel choose your word. So it's going to be sort of random, letting the universe pick it for you. And I know there might be some perfectionists in the room who would prefer to do some process, and I'll share a process if you'd like to have that for later. But I just invite you to be open to the possibility that the wheel can choose your word. And I became really fascinated with it because I took a vision board class with someone by the name of Z Najjaran, and she created this wheel actually and gave me permission to use it. And when I picked the word, it was impact. And I was like, great, sure, I want to make an impact. But it was more meaningful for me because the name of my coaching business is Maximum Impact. So I thought, wow, they've really chosen the right word for me. The wheel has chosen the word for me. Well, what's really interesting is that when I did this, when I checked out the link just to practice with to make sure it worked for you guys, I got the word impact again. So I was like, okay, Sherry, I got the message. I am supposed to make an impact this year. So that's what I'm intending to do with my self-care book that I published this year or last year. And I decided after learning more about the occupational wellness aspect, I decided I'm going to try to work, have my book promoted with younger people so that younger people can learn self-care, which is an important life skill, as Jacqueline mentioned earlier, so that we can have younger people learn these skills a lot earlier. I wish I had learned them a lot earlier. So anyway, impact is going to be my word of the year. I'm convinced of it. So I'm hoping you get the same kind of confirmation as I did. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask Giuseppe to put a link in the chat that will help you to get to your wheel. And then when you pick your word, you're going to go into breakout groups and you're going to discuss how can you use the word of the year to add more meaning and or more satisfaction to your work this year. So it might mean, as Jacqueline mentioned earlier, about redefining your purpose. It might mean making new friends at work. It might encourage you to make different choices about work. The idea, though, is to help you to develop some intention and focus as it relates to your occupation. So do we have any questions before we get into the breakout groups?
Do we go to the wheel right now?
Yes, you're gonna pick your word first and then discuss it with in your breakout groups. And Giuseppe is going to put that question I asked for you. How can you use the word of the year to add more meaning and more satisfaction to your work? That's going to be broadcast in the breakout rooms. Okay.
So I've got a question. I cheated a little bit and looked at the wheel and spun it. I didn't like my word, so I spun it again. Can we choose any word on the wheel, or should we just pick whatever word ends up on the spin?
You can actually decide not to use this word at all, or you can spin again if you don't like the first one. Also, what you can do is choose to add words to the word.
Okay.
So
great.
and think about themes that might resonate for you. So yes,
Perfect.
you can do that.
Perfect.
Mike, you can be grateful that the word cheat is not on there.
Exactly.
Only because I love you.
Hey, thank you, Sherry. Same here. Same here. Thank you.
No problem. All right. Any other questions before we head into the breakout room?
How long is the breakout room?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we're going to do a total of 6 minutes. Each one will have 3 minutes each to discuss it. So you're only going to be in pairs. So just take about 3 minutes, and I'll let you decide who's going to be the timekeeper, and make sure that, and we'll give you a notice that when to come back to the main room. All right, sounds good. All right, let's go to our breakout rooms.
We are going to spotlight Jacqueline to walk us through environmental wellness.
Okay, thank you again. So environmental wellness, as I mentioned, is about designing either a personal space or going out into nature, right, where it's pleasing to our senses. And so, we're on a Zoom call, and that's not always ideal, right? Perhaps the space you're in right now, hopefully you have designed it in a way that's pleasing to you. But sometimes, even when you're in a pleasing workspace, sometimes life just gets hectic, right? I hear so much about how people will have back-to-back Zoom after Zoom after Zoom all day, every day, right? And so even if you're in a pleasing workspace, you still kind of want to get away. And so I have this activity that is kind of like going to transport you to another place temporarily that you can enjoy. And it's called the mini vacation. And I took this out of a book called Oasis in the Overwhelm. I have it right here in front of me. 60-second strategies for balance in a busy world. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so I think that everyone will like this exercise, and it's something that only takes about a minute and a half, and you can use it when maybe you need to kind of have a quick escape from whatever's happening at the moment. Give yourself a minute or two and find a quiet corner, hopefully, and you can try this out. So I am going to read this to you, and I want you just to follow along to my voice. Okay? So everyone ready? So hopefully everyone is here. Okay. All right then. So it's called the mini vacation. Close your eyes gently. Let your mind wander off to any place it wants to go. A favorite vacation place you have been to, or a place that you dream of visiting. The only criteria are that it be beautiful and that it be restful for you. Allow several possibilities to float in front of you. See the colors, feel the temperature, the textures. Then decide on one place and one very specific spot in that place. Name the spot, then go there. See what time of day or night it is. Now, put your palms together. Rub them against each other until you feel their warmth. Then gently place your palms over your closed eyes. Bring up the picture of your vacation place. As you focus on this place of beauty, of rest, take a deliciously long inhale. Feel the temperature, the wind. See the colors, all of them. Touch the textures. Invite the sounds to wash over you. As you exhale, let your body sink into relaxation. Let your mind delight in the ease. Inhale and exhale 3 times, softly, fully. Everyone can come back now. So what I would like is some volunteers to share, what is that mini vacation place that you went to? What did you like about it? And how do you feel when you're there? So if people want to volunteer to share verbally, that would be great.
Beautiful. Thank you, everyone. It's an honor to be here with you all. So I'm going to do a Reiki demonstration for you all. And because I am on speaker view, I can't see everybody. So does anybody know what Reiki is or ever experienced it? If you have, okay, Sherry, I almost thought that you might have. Anybody else? Okay, Linda, did Michael? Oh, okay, so we know, great. So Reiki is a modality that's born out of Japan. Reiki is spelled R-E-I-K-I, and Rei means universal life force, and Ki is energy. And so basically, a practitioner works either hands-on or above the individual, and also through distance using their hands. And we have energy centers throughout our body. Most people know them or have heard the word chakras. And there's 7 of them. They go all the way down. There's actually more, but 7 are the ones that are pretty common. And when we start to feel stressed or disconnected from spiritual, from something other, not necessarily religion, not necessarily anything else. You can be an atheist and receive Reiki. It's an energy that is a life force. We've kind of dabbled in it a little bit today through yoga, through intentionality, and also through our environmental wellness. So this is a practice that I actually do. I'm in my 4th year, receiving my initiation for Reiki Master tomorrow, where people can receive this energy. Thank you. And when you open up yourself to receive this, people receive it in different ways. So sometimes people feel cool sensations or tingling or colors. They see colors, vibrant colors or images. Everything is unique and the energy goes where it needs to go. So I'm not directing it to go specifically to a certain person. I'm bringing you all in this container of energy to receive whatever it is you can receive. And that process allows for a deeper connection, whatever that connection would be for you and your body. Now, the other thing I will say is if you feel inclined, you can also, if you have pets, you can bring your pets into the room because they also like to receive this energy. It's up to you. I've had a session where I was working on somebody distant and their pet barged in and wanted to sit right before the computer and receive this energy. So they're real balls of unconditional love and they receive it in their bodies. And so it's really, really wonderful. So I invite you to sit in your chair, or if you have a couch or anything, just relax. Kind of, Linda helped us drop our shoulders away from our ears and everything. So if you want to flop your legs open and roll back your shoulders, I invite you to do that. Also, if anything is tight around your belly, maybe you're wearing a belt or you're wearing, pants that constrict, I just invite you not to cut off that energy. That's your sacral energy, and it's a real powerful center. So just kind of get comfortable. You can keep your camera on, you can keep your camera off. Basically, what I'm going to do is use myself as a proxy. You can watch me if you want, whatever you feel comfortable doing. I use myself as a proxy because the hand positions are on my body as if I was doing that for you. And energy doesn't know time or space. So you can feel it however you feel it, almost like when we were rubbing our hands together or in the last exercise that we did. So I invite you just to take this time and you can close your eyes and drop into your breath, breathing in through your nose, exhaling out the mouth. And just allowing yourself to melt into what is supporting you. And take another breath, just comfortably, in through the nose and gently exhaling out. And I invite you to set an intention for this session. Bring that to the middle of your forehead. Between your eyes is what's called the third eye wisdom chakra. And let that drift away like you're placing it on a cloud. And get ready to receive this beautiful golden light energy in through your body. Wherever this energy needs to go, it goes. And we're going to gently bring our awareness. Our eyes are closed. Just continue to keep them closed. And just start to slowly wiggle your fingers, flutter them, or maybe circulate your wrists, ankles, feet. Gently circles your neck. You need to stretch. I invite you to stretch your body. And just gently breathing in through the nose, exhaling out. Take that cleansing breath. You can gently start to flutter your eyes. Bring your awareness back into the room. You need to stand, do so ever so gently. I invite you also to drink. Drink some water, some warm tea. Just continue to hydrate yourself. As we bring ourselves back into this space, closing out our Reiki session. Would anybody like to share? You can leave your cameras on or off if you're groggy. Sometimes people fall asleep. All of that is deep relaxation and connection.
Okay, so to wrap up, I actually want to tie up the connection to leadership here. It's something I didn't mention earlier, and I thought it might be good to save near the end for those that are still here. Everyone else is going to have to catch it in the recording, right? So what does this have to do with leadership? Everything. And so I want to say that, as I say all the time, leadership begins with how you lead your life. And so all of us here are leaders. And if anyone thinks that they're not a leader, you are one. And so it's important to think about how you take care of yourself in service of how do you lead better. And so sometimes people kind of think of self-care as like, what does that have to do with leadership? Well, it's actually not just a life skill, it's a leadership skill. And especially for those who know a lot about emotional intelligence, emotional intelligence has 12 competencies and 4 domains. And so those 4 domains of self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management are all directly tied to each of these dimensions where you can address self-care. And so, we only covered 4 today, and we're going to cover the other 4 in April. But, once you can see them all put together and think about how do you harmonize all of those things and how can it help you become more effective as a leader, and how then can you use this to really achieve more as a leader? And that's something that I help a lot of people do. And for those of you who may not have read my article, really quickly, we talk about how it helps with managing stress, right? Helps with improving perspective and decision making. It helps you to figure out what's important in your life. And it helps you to value yourself, have more confidence. And not only that, it shows that you're a good role model. If you're able to take care of yourself, it shows you can role model this and give other people permission.